Hey everybody, Sewell here. This is the EXPED Orion II 4-season tent. There's a 2-person and 3-person version of this tent. There's also a ultralight and an extreme version. The extreme version is going to have different materials that are more UV resistant to degradation from the sun. The ultralight will have a little bit thinner materials. I opted to go middle of the road, standard Orion II. This is what it is. So as you can tell, we're camping in snow. This is our 3rd or 4th time camping in snow with this tent. I've owned several other EXPED tents before, reviews below, so you can correlate to that to get a feel for what EXPED tents are all about. They're Swedish. Swedish people are pretty smart. They're good at engineering, and EXPED tents are a pretty good example of that ingenuity. So this is a typical Scandinavian style tunnel tent with a 1 extra pole that goes across, as you can tell. That's what gives it that nice strong structure. It's also a bit of an A-frame, as you can kind of tell, that allows the snow to kind of fall off as opposed to collect and collapse, which is what you don't want. So this is a good thing to have a pointy tent. So the setup is easy. You have 3 poles, 2 orange, 1 gray. Orange pole starts at number 1. Second orange pole starts at number 2. They're numbered, the sleeves are numbered, I'll have pictures of that. And then number 3, right there, is a gray, and you put it in and you loop it, and then I'll show you. It's numbered. See, you can count to 3, right? Cool. Then you just tighten that down, stake out the first stake, and then of course on the opposite side. And if you are in a windy conditions like we are kind of right now, I would stake out at least 1 or 2 positions before setting the tent up. That way it's blow away. So very important to do that. And then of course guy it out. It comes pre-guide in the 4 corners, and they have a new guide system. I'll have a picture of that as well. It's really thoughtful, really easy to use. Much better than the previous generation. So let's look inside the tent. The setup is a little bit better for you guys. It's fun playing snow. All right, so you can notice EXPED Orion II, the name of the tent. It's important. But there's this tube right here. There's another tube just like that on the other side. What that does is, so it's sealed up right now. You want to ventilate 99% of the time, right? So, boom, you're ventilated. There's a little bit of mesh right here built into it, so that'll help keep condensation down. So you set it from the outside with the 3 poles, like I mentioned, and that creates this nice, strong structure right here, the waterproof part of the tent to fly, and it suspends the inner tent. You'll see that in a second. So, another cool feature, all the poles, besides being butter smooth like this, glow in the dark. Very handy. All right. There we go. So as you can tell, it's a very sizable vestibule. You can easily hang out in here while the storm's going on. Cook a little food right here. You can have 2 people in here. It'll be my 2 dogs' meat tonight. And so you can tell that the inner tent is suspended from the outer tent. So you can see that right there. It's a typical Scandinavian design. It works really well. The hardest part about this tent setup, and it will take practice, is getting these poles through these sleeves. They're a little bit snug at first. I'm sure they'll break in nicely. I'd rather have them snug and strong as opposed to loose and sloppy. But I think we all can agree with that. So, outer tent is set up by the pole structure. The gray pole right here creates additional support for snow loading. Like I mentioned, every little pole glows in the dark. Isn't that just smooth? Huge door, right? And then on the inside, you can tell it's equivalent. There's another door on the other side, same size, same features. A big drop pocket, 2 up here, 2 down there, and then a handy gear attic. See that? Very sizable. Put your mittens, gloves, beanie, whatever up there. One of the features I always look for in a 4-season tent is the ability to ventilate in the summertime. So this is all mesh. This whole panel's mesh. It's got a backer, this nylon backer, so you can regulate how much of the backer you want to use or not use. Does that make sense? It's getting windy. All right. Big bathtub floor, so we don't have a footprint. We don't use footprints usually. We just put it in the snow, and it always works. So, those are the features on the EXPED Orion II tent. I'll have a lot more written below on the review, as well as pics, as well as best prices and places to purchase. and also a link to the review I did on the previous EXPED tent. Now, I was meeting with Tim from EXPED at the OR show this summer and asked him which one is stronger of the tents, and the Orion was his choice. It's also the 20th year anniversary for the Orion, so that's pretty cool. So that's why we're testing it out. And of course, a little trick I've learned is set the tent up somewhat taut, moisture condensation before you go to bed, then retighten. Boom. So I would retighten all the guy lines and all the little adjustments before going to bed. Sometimes if you do that before, like right when you set the tent up, it can really stretch the fabric, and you don't want to do that. So be nice to your tent. It's taking care of you. And yeah, that is the EXPED Orion II tent. Just like that. Hopefully you found this helpful. This is Sean Sewell. Hopefully get to go out and do something fun like this with a tent like this, maybe even the Orion II. And if you do, please support us by using the links in our review to purchase it. We are affiliate for a lot of companies such as Backcountry, REI, and 450 other ones. So wherever you choose to buy it from, we get a little kickback from them. It doesn't cost you any money, but it helps us run this website. Purchase gear like this and go out and shoot these videos for you. So hopefully these are helpful for you. And until then, take care.